Welcome back to Reading the List, where we review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. We're your hosts, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad, and on this episode we'll be exploring number 40 from Sports Illustrated's The Top 50 Sports Movies of All Time.
Alright, number 40 is The Longest Yard. Released in 1974, directed by Robert Aldrich, starring Burt Reynolds and Eddie Albert.
Former pro quarterback Paul Crewe ends up in prison where his sadistic warden convinces him to put together a team of inmates to face off against a team of guards.
Not a great movie.
Yeah.
Really not a great movie.
Yeah.
Not a great movie to be higher on the list than a lot of these other. I mean, number 30?
I wouldn't even put it on this
Or
list.
40?
I wouldn't even put it on this list.
No way. No way.
So-
I love Burt Reynolds. But
this gets into one of the things I really hate when filmmakers do is when filmmakers get a very likable, charismatic actor like a Burt Reynolds, and then they cast them as the shittiest person and expect you to like
root for him to win.
Root for them and kind of empathize with them. It's like, dude, this guy belongs in prison.
He was an asshole.
It's like he's like he's like borderline abusive with
the woman he was with
woman,
at the beginning.
and then he like steals her car,
evades police
while drunk
driving,
and
trashes the car.
well, yeah, doesn't even just trash it. I mean, drives it into like a lake or the ocean
Yeah.
or whatever.
And then, gets put in jail
And
and
movie.
movie.
It's like that's it. It's like this all happens like in the first like 5 minutes of the movie where all this stuff happens, and this is like where you're supposed to establish that this is your main character and we're going to be following him. It's like, I don't root for this guy. Why would I
no
root for this
way.
guy?
He's a creep.
It's like you expect because you cast Burt Reynolds that I'm supposed to care about this character.
Mm-hmm.
I do not.
No, and I know that premises aren't always, they're a little far-fetched, but this, I mean, a prison football game of inmates against the guards? Like, no way would that happen. Does that happen?
I have no idea.
And it was, some of the side characters were kind of funny, but honestly, none of the jokes really hit for me.
No, it's super dated.
Super dated.
And it's like toxic masculinity, the movie.
Yes.
It really is.
Like,
it's
so bad.
Like everything about it, it's just like, I mean, and not that there are a lot of female characters in this too.
No.
Like outside of the girlfriend in the beginning, but it's just like,
There's the secretary.
yes, who, whatever.
Yeah.
She's there for people
Stereotypical secretary
yes,
of the 70s.
who can't resist this prisoner, Burt Reynolds.
Yes.
But, I mean, it's just like, there's no likable characters in this entire film.
The only one that is decent is the guy that he befriended,
Yeah,
who ended up dying.
yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of shitty.
But like none of the prisoners, like they're like all there, like they pretty much deserve to be there.
Mhm.
And all the guards are absolute like horrible people. So it's like, what's the point? There's
point?
really no one to root for unless you like kind of fall into what the filmmakers want you to fall into, which is, hey, this is Burt Reynolds, and because
Yeah,
it's Burt
look at Burt
Reynolds,
Reynolds.
you should like him because it's Burt Reynolds.
And they had some random stuff in this movie. Like, during the football game, they had like cheerleaders, but they were transvestites.
Yeah,
And it was like, what? Okay. It was just very odd. And like I said, none of the jokes landed for me personally. It wasn't good. They talked about, Burt Reynolds was basically coaching this team, and he took them all the way up until that day, and the warden, I guess, was worried that they would win the game
Because he's got money.
because he's got money on it, and because the guards always win. And so he threatens Burt Reynolds with more jail time if he doesn't like fix the game, throw the game.
Which is kind of what apparently he's like, kind of like there's a like his pro football career ended like 7 or 8 years before the events in this movie, and it's kind of implied that it ended because he did something like this where he threw a game.
Yeah.
Or games or something.
Yeah, so they thought, oh, easy target. He'll totally do that. But he redeems himself in that way at the end where he decides, fuck him, and wins the game.
But, like, it's also going to make him, like, be in prison for, like, this, like, huge amount of time. And it's just like, there's no way anyone would do that, dude. It's just a football game.
Yeah, it's very... And I don't know where it's supposed to fall. Yeah, is it screwball comedy? Is it a drama?
Because it's super, like, the tone is very dark, but then they throw these humorous elements in it. Again, you've got Burt Reynolds, who, for the most part, played in kind of, like, lighthearted kind of fare. I mean, he played in his fair share of dramas, too, but, you know, there's always a lightness, for the most part, to most of the movies that he's in. And this one, like, you don't know where it's kind of going ever. Like, you're not sure. It's like, okay, is this going to be something that is just going to be like a dark comedy? Is it going to be screwball? Or is it just a drama that has some comedic elements in it? It's like, it's never clear on what its intention is.
There's a scene where they're like all working on the chain gang, right? Because they're in jail or whatever. And like, this one guy who's super competitive with him, like, drops mud in Burt Reynolds' boot, and then they start doing it back and forth. And, like, everyone in the movie, in the scene, thinks it's the most hilarious thing they've ever seen in their lives. And I'm like...
It's not funny.
It's not really that funny. Like, it just is really, really, really strange. It's a strange, kind of pointless movie.
Yeah, and it's not fun.
Not fun.
It's really not.
It's not. I mean, if it was pointless, but it was fun, yeah, you know, and
they remade this about 15 years ago with Adam Sandler. Not good either.
Adam Sandler's hit and miss, you know? He's hit and miss.
But I understand why they chose him for this movie.
There's actually a lot of Adam Sandler movies we need to watch, huh? For this list.
I hope not.
Happy Gilmore.
That's it. What else? What other sports movies has he done?
The Longest Yard.
Oh, The Waterboy.
The Waterboy. I'm not watching The Waterboy. I'm sorry. I'm not watching that.
I watched The Waterboy so I could see the trailer for The Phantom Menace. Because this was back before, like, when you, like, had to, download a trailer. It took, like, 3 days.
Oh, my God.
And it was just, like, and they didn't release it on the internet until, like, for a while. So it's like, dude, if you want to see, like, the trailer of the Star Wars movie, you either had to watch that or Meet Joe Black, which also sucks.
I would have rather watched Meet Joe Black, though.
Yeah, it came down to, like, when the movies were playing.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Is Cannonball Run a sports movie?
I mean, I think you could, like, really, really, like, press it.
I really don't think that movie's gonna hold up at all.
It doesn't, but it's not meant to, and it's just like, it's so inappropriate, but in the best way possible.
Oh, man.
But there's a case of, like, you know, putting Burt Reynolds in a movie and you wanting them to like him, and you do like him because he's a likable, fun character.
Yeah.
That I can get behind. In this movie, cannot get behind it.
No, it's not a good movie.
No. I gave it a 51. Jerry gave it a 38. So the list score is 44.5.
All right. Well, if you have other opinions on this movie, please let us know in the comments. Those are wrong. But yeah, leave your notes in the comments.
Share your wrong opinion with Jerry.
And if you like what we're putting out, please subscribe to our channel. And if you'd like to contact us directly, please do so at ratingthelist@gmail.com. But for now, I'm Jerry.
I'm Brad.
And we're Rating the List. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.